Okay, so you're looking for someone that's over 25 and looks over 25. I kind of think I look a bit over 25. To be honest, I do have hair. But if I lean back like this, I'm like a baldy, proper baldy. I had my haircut yesterday. So anyway, this is great. United City in the final. And I honestly, as a United fan, this is the one time where I actually have absolutely no sodding idea what is going to happen. Because United are so up and down this season. It's a proper farce, in all honesty. Sometimes we're absolutely amazing. Sometimes we are dire, absolutely shockingly bad. So we can have this sort of performance against Burnley where we'll have a goalkeeper rush out and punch someone in the head, as if like that was the first time. No, wait, it wasn't, was it? Because he did it against Wolves in the beginning of the season, somehow got away with it. I mean, come on, keeper. You're, what bothers me about Anana is in the preseason when we were playing, was it like Real Madrid or something in one of the friendlies, and he was doing this whole, I can come out, I'm a sweeper keeper, I'm almost like a midfielder. Yeah, don't worry, defense, push up, and he got lobbed from like the halfway line. And it was just like, yeah, mate, just stay in your net. Stop being such a banana. Stay in your net. Don't come out that far. And don't come flying out fists of. Oh, seriously, you having a laugh? In today's society with VAR on the case, it only takes a little twitch for someone to fall over. And then those assistant referees who are professionals. I mean, have you heard the conversations that go on behind the scenes? It's just like the Three Stooges sometimes. They don't know what they're doing. But anyway, half the decisions are just such marginal differences between whether it's yes or no, going with the original decision or not. You never know. It's potluck. You just flip a coin. That would be better. So what we're going to get? We're going to get United against City, where United play their socks off like they did against Liverpool, or we're going to get the United that gets absolutely hammered. I mean, seriously, that Burnley match recently, they were all over us. They could have thrashed us. We actually would have been lucky to get the 1-0. So I think them getting that penalty was unfortunately a bit justified. United really, really needs to shore up the defence. I really don't know what's going on this season. I actually preferred it when, and I never thought I'd say this, when we had Van Gaal football. Do you remember how many nil-nils we had and how many 1-1s we had? It was actually a bit of a running joke. Yes, we didn't score, but no one scored against us for quite a lot of the matches. We had lots of nil-nils. What I did like though was the season where we had Solskjaer in charge and we just beat City all the time. For those people that seem to think Solskjaer was like tactically inept and didn't know what he was doing, we could indeed beat City and we did it numerous times. And he finished second in the league. And if City had been docked points, like they should have been because of financial fair play, we could have won the title with Solskjaer. We should have stuck with him. The only problem with Solskjaer is that he was a softy. He was a proper softy, and people like Pogba and Ronaldo just took full advantage. There were too many egos in that dressing room that he pandered to because he's a nice chap. They called him the baby-faced assassin, but that was just in terms of his striking ability. Now he did come out and say that, I can do hairdryer moments like Sir Alex Ferguson, but you just don't really see it, do you? Did you hear recently about some people saying that they reckon Roy Keane should be involved with management at United? That would be absolutely amazing. Could you imagine the softies, the babies in the team at the moment, that they get upset if anyone says, you played badly? If Roy Keane came in, they'd all just walk out. People always say United have difficulty selling their players at the end of the season. They wouldn't need to. Bring Keno in, and that's it. They're gone. All those players would be walking. Sancho, you'd never see him again. I mean, have you seen the great performances he's having for Dortmund at the moment? Why did he never do that at United? I mean, come on, he didn't even do it when Solskjaer was there. He didn't do it when Ragnick was there, and he's certainly not done it with Ten Hag. And then he saw his behind. Let's put it nicely when Ten Hag called him out. What do United need to do to beat City? Shore up the defence. Actually have a midfield, not a 4-2-4 like against Burnley. Leave the pitch wide open because we'll get ripped to shreds. I think go back to when we had five in defence with two wing backs. So like three defenders in the middle, two wing backs, and just build up from there. Now, the question of will Ten Hag survive even if he wins the FA Cup? It's a real tricky one that because some of the performances this season have been so poor, and some of the players are just not up to scratch. Look at Rashford. Rashford. Do you remember the season where both Rashford and Martial had like 30 goals each or something like that, 25 goals each? They were feeding off each other's success. That was brilliant. That was tactical nous, or however you pronounce it. Tactical know-how. You got those players bouncing off each other. It was healthy competition, and they worked so well. Now, I think unfortunately Martial's become a Louis Saha. It's like any opportunity to go, oh, I'm injured, and just rest and just let the money wash over him. Sadly, he's become one of those. And Rashford, oh, do you know what I mean? I think he's sulking because his buddy Sancho got sidelined. He sulked when Solskjaer called him out saying he needs to focus on his football. Now, that was Solskjaer being kind. He really did need to focus on his football. It was great what he was doing. Do not get me wrong. What he was doing for like poor kids and the families and all that stuff and trying to get the government funding and all that for kids' meals, and that is absolutely brilliant. But if that becomes your primary focus and then your football slides because of it, well, come on, what are you actually paid to do? What you paid, what is he on? I don't know, 200 grand a week, something like that. And he wants more. But anyway, so what we're going to do? Ten Hag will probably still lose his job, even if we win the FA Cup, because it's just been so poor this season. And he's lost the dressing room in some regards, and he's lost some of the players. And whatever they're doing in training, people are getting injured left, right, and centre. Now, I get sick and tired of listening to him moaning about injuries because United always had a deep squad, still have a deep squad, and it's just about the manager getting the best out of the players. Look at Sir Alex Ferguson. In our last season, we had Danny Welbeck up front. We used to have players like Nicky Butt who were just like, they weren't the best. We had Darren Fletcher, who wasn't the best. But Alex Ferguson always got the best out of the players. People used to say like average player in a great team. Well, actually, to be honest, there was a lot of average players with a fantastic manager who got the most out of them. Now, some people would have said that it was like Mike Phelan. He was one behind the scenes that was pulling all the strings. Uh, really? We saw Mike Phelan come back in and not really do much, and then they were trying to squeeze him out, and he just didn't want to leave, did he? It was very obvious that he just wanted to see out his contract. Has he gone? I actually don't know. I feel like they just shoved him in a cupboard somewhere until his contract expires, and then he'll go back to Australia and manage some no-name team over there. Steve McLaren, another one. Has he actually done much this season? I see him sat there huffing and puffing at the side of Ten Hag, but what has he brought to the team? Who knows? Alex Ferguson just had something about him, and I don't think it was just anger. I think he's just a smart guy. He knew how to get the best out of his players. He knew the mentality of them. He knew how to get them to work together as a unit, you know. But the way things are going at the moment, United are just spiraling out of control. Legacy's almost gone. If Liverpool won the season, they'd be record. Would they equal us in terms of trophies? 20 trophies in total, something like that. Thankfully, Klopp just clopped it all up and they've just fallen away. And we're just relying now on Arsenal to kind of pip City to the post. Will City ever eclipse us in terms of legacy? Well, they did already get the treble last season. I was cheering Real when they knocked City out, and all my friends around me were like, how dare you not cheer on a British team? And I'm like, you having a laugh? I don't want City to get another sodding treble. So I'm even cheering Arsenal on. As a United fan, to cheer Arsenal on is a bit crazy because I still remember the Wenger days. Yeah, the Wenger bus is coming. And I cheering Arsenal on just seems very wrong. However, I didn't want Liverpool to match our trophy haul, and I certainly don't want City to be getting yet another title. So I'm like, come on, Arsenal. Yeah. I'm also hoping that Spurs slip up quite a lot because United still have an opportunity to overtake them. mathematically, and looking at the run that Spurs has compared to what United has, it's not impossible. But then again, United struggled to beat Coventry, didn't they? 3-0. Yeah, we can do this. 3-3. Oh my God, 4-3. Oh, it's offside. Hallelujah. Oh, just that was farcical, that match. And then Ten Hag criticizes the press for criticizing the performance. Come on, mate, get real. Who has the best fan base? United. I'm a United supporter. I live in Manchester. Isn't that a bit of a shock? I'm not a Londoner. Sorry, Gov. I'm not a Londoner. Not a Londoner. I can't do the accent very well. All right, geezer. I'm a proper mank, me. Born up in North Manchester. I would say United's fan base are the best because we are nice people. We are fun. We're outgoing, but we are nice. We're not like some of those City supporters that wait in the streets to attack people. So I've heard. It's never happened to me, but I have been told do not go down certain roads when you're going to the matches because of the City fans, you thugs. That might come back to bite me in the bum. I better be careful what I say. I'm really hoping City don't get more league titles. I mean, like I say, I am cheering Arsenal on all the way. They've got a good run, and we just really have to hope that City slip up. I'm like, come on. I know Arsenal always make mistakes and they fall away, but I'm like, come on. I was really hoping Villa might have done it this season, but unfortunately, not to be. United, will we ever win one? We say no when most people go not a chance in hell, yeah. But like I said before, Solskjaer managed to get quite a decent result, and if he could do it, when people are like, "Oh, he came from a team that's called Mold," so what does he know? And yeah, he managed to get us up there, so it's not impossible. But I would still prefer Alex Ferguson over Pep. That's your final question, isn't it? Who would you rather have managed your team? I think Pep. I'm sorry, but I just don't like him. Him and Mourinho are just such pompous. I won't use the word. They are rather pompous, let's put it that way. And Pep is just another one that throws his toys out the pram. You can tell in some of the post-match interviews, if he's not happy, he's such a, can I say mad ass? Well, I just did. But I'm not a fan of him. I don't like his style, but I never liked Mourinho either. 2.5 season Mourinho. He never made it to 3 seasons. Part of the way through the third season, he'd just pee everybody off, and then he'd force his way to get sacked, so he gets a nice payoff. But anyway, I am kind of looking forward to the final. I don't know whether my heart can cope with it because it could just be one of those where we shock City by going 2-0 up early on, and then we end up sitting back hoping that we can hold on, and then City end up bashing us 6-2. What is the record for a final score in an FA Cup final? That'd be an interesting one to look into. Because you really don't want City to break a new record by thrashing United. Biggest ever FA Cup final upset. 7-0. No, that's not going to happen. Not going to happen. Come on, let's go for a 2-1 to United. Place your bets. Actually, looking at the bets, looking at the odds, I think it was 3-1 for United to win. I don't know. I don't know if the bookies are also thinking that because United are very woo that they might just scrape it. City have not been at the best this season. Haaland's not been at his best this season, although saying that he's still going to most likely get the golden boot, which just shows how much of a beast he is. When he's not at his best, he still gets the golden boot. Is that because Kane's not here? Anyway, bring back Greenwood. He's doing well in Spain. Is he in Spain? Yeah. And Juventus want him. Barcelona wanted him. He's going to make us some good money. I don't think they'll bring him back just because of the controversy. The controversy. however you want to pronounce it. Anyway, thank you so much. I've waffled on far too much. I shall let you go. Thank you very much for your time. Ciao for now.